At an indoor track, should you lean to the inside or should you lean to the outside when cornering? Because go-karts have a solid rear axle and no differential, it's essential to lift the inside rear tyre when you're cornering. Leaning your body away from a corner will load the outside tyres with more grip, and this will allow you to turn your kart easier through a corner with minimal steering input. On the other hand, when you lean your body to the inside, you're going against the natural force. You'll also end up turning your steering wheel more, which causes your kart to understeer. I did 2 sessions on the same track with the same kart. In session 1, I only leaned to the outside, and in session 2, I only leaned to the inside. So let's compare the fastest lap from each session and see the differences. So as we start the laps, it's important to observe on the left hand side on the lean in lap how much more steering angle we're applying compared to the lean out lap. Additionally, on the right hand side on the lean out lap, I noticed that my run was a lot smoother because I was transferring my weight to the outside tyres with grip, whereas on the left hand side I'm holding that steering angle, I'm fighting the kart, and you can see there's excessive shaking. We're now approaching the first braking point for the sharp hairpin turn, and we've already pulled slightly ahead on the lean out lap. My braking technique is to press the brakes hard for a short period and initiate some oversteer to help with rotation, but you can see on the left hand side I'm getting understeer and having to put excessive steering angle in as I'm fighting against the natural force. That's going to compromise my exit speed, and as we get to the next reference point, the lean out lap is further ahead. As we prepare to tackle turn 3, the second hairpin turn, this is where the lean out lap is really going to come into its own. It's a flat out right hand turn which requires early sharp turn-in, and because we're using electric karts on a slippery indoor surface, the kart usually judders through here. However, when you combine the lean out technique, you're loading the outside tyres with more grip and it gets rid of all of that juddering. We're now going to reap the rewards of better exit speed because by the time we reach the blue pillar, the lean out lap is more than a kart's length ahead. The middle part of the track is flat out, and it's interesting to observe how much more steering angle we apply on the lean in lap on the left hand side as we negotiate this right hand turn. And that's going to continue as we negotiate the fast left hander. Look, on the left hand side, we're holding so much steering angle, losing time and fighting against the natural force. We're now at the back end of the lap and we're approaching our final braking point for this fast left-hander, and notice how we initiate oversteer on the right hand side on the lean out lap, but on the left hand side on the lean in lap we've got huge amounts of understeer. We're still holding the steering angle throughout the corner. That's just going to ruin our exit speed. And with 2 corners to go, it's clear that the lean out lap is going to be faster, but by how much? 25.421 seconds was my best lap leaning out, and 26.357 was my best lap leaning in. So why was I so much slower on the lean in lap? The bottom line is I had to turn the steering wheel excessively through the corners, and in go-karting, the more you turn your steering wheel, the slower your go-kart will drive. You also have to remember that leaning out is actually easier to do than leaning in. The natural force will push you away from the corner when you're turning, so sometimes you don't even have to exaggerate the leaning, just go with the flow. Let me know what leaning techniques you use in the comments, and as we approach 30,000 subscribers on YouTube and 120,000 followers on TikTok, I'd like to invite you to join the KTips Academy. It's a free learning platform where you can interact with other drivers and join our weekly discussions where we'll be reviewing your footage. If you're new to karting, be sure to check out my How to Race playlist and download my free Go Karting ebook where I cover the basics about rental karting. But until the next video guys, I'll see you next time.